In today's video, we're going to show you how to set up and manage a recurring invoice through our Recurring Invoices feature. This is one of Zaprite's most highly requested features, and the team is very excited to bring it to you. To get started, there's actually two ways to set up a recurring invoice. The first one is to go on the left-hand side here and select Recurring Invoices. Similar to our invoice menu, you'll be able to create a new recurring invoice here. And you'll see the new scheduled section here on top of the typical invoice details here. But instead of filling all this information out, I'll show you the other way you can set up a recurring invoice. You can actually head over to Invoices. And if you have a previously existing invoice here, you can select this three-dot menu here, and you can convert this to a recurring invoice. Now, because we have all this information already populated, for this example, I'm going to set up this recurring invoice, but feel free to create a brand new one if that's necessary for you. So you have this brand new schedule option here. You have an internal label here, which is exactly what it sounds like, an internal label. We're going to call this new invoice. Now we have the start date here. The start date determines when the first invoice will be created and sent. Each subsequent invoice will be created and sent using this date as the basis for the interval of calculation. So for this example, we're going to send this out today. We're going to send our frequency, which is determined by the start date, and that could be daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or yearly. Because this is an event that happens every month, we're going to set this up to monthly. And then you can set the amount of occurrences that you want this to show up for. So if you never want it to stop, you can set it to unlimited. If you only want it for a few months, you can set a number here. We're going to go with unlimited for this example. Now, if we go down, you'll see everything else is just like it typically is in regular invoices. You'll see time chain. You'll see the payment terms. You'll see the PO number, the invoice date. Remember that the invoice number does auto-generate. So next month, when the auto invoice goes up, it would have a brand new invoice number, auto-generated invoice date as well. We might want to change this here now to just a yearly invoice title to be more specific instead of a 1 month title. We can keep going down. Everything remains the same. If you need to update anything, you can. And then you can also select a default or a custom payment here. So we're going to have our 10% premium or fiat. We're going to have Lightning going through Strike, and we're going to set up our on-chain through Strike as well. Everything else stays the same. We can add any note that we want. This is already pre-populated here because of our contact time chain that we created in previous videos. But if you didn't have a contact, you can create a new contact or you can add the recipient here. Now, once all this looks good, we can go ahead and start this schedule for these invoices. Now the toast message is here. And now in our recurring invoices section, you'll see that brand new invoice is set with the amount of invoices that have been sent out. 1, which is the one we sent out today. The status of the recurring invoices. The next one that's going to send out, remember we chose monthly off of this start date here, and it shows here that frequency monthly. Now, another thing you can do here is you can actually pause and start these recurring invoices whenever you want. You can pause and reactivate anytime, and the pause schedules won't send anything out until it's activated again. Every time a recurring invoice is created and sent out, it will appear on the invoices page. So you can actually go here and you can see that there was one sent out today. This is from a previous example. If we go back to recurring invoices, you can also see all the invoices that have been sent out by selecting view invoices, which is another way to get back here to invoices, but only see the invoices that are with this recurring invoice. And that's it. You have set up a recurring invoice to be able to automate and schedule sent out at the frequency that you wish.